All right, so now getting into all the different music stuff. So first thing, again, just say it one more time. Make sure you watch our Drake video. That will be up when this video is up. Like it'll be up technically today because it's Sunday. But while you're watching this video, we will have a Drake mixtape reaction video. It will already be up on our channel. So make sure you go check that out. But we will talk a little bit more about that today. So Drake did drop his mixtape. If you haven't watched our video at this point, we'll talk a little bit about it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. I thought it was better than If You're Reading This Too Late, which I know is a really bold statement, but I just think every single song on this is a non-skipper. I didn't really like Madonna. I'm always gonna skip on If You're Reading This Too Late, which I still like. I just probably usually gonna skip that song, and I just don't think there's like a skipper. I would never skip a song on this album.
The only one that I have like ever really skipped would probably be Not You Too. The one with Chris Brown.
Oh hell no! That's like my second favorite song.
It's just because there's so many other ones I like more that I click on, but I still love the song.
I think that song is one of Drake's. Like I love that song.
Oh, I love it too. But no,
I think it's incredible.
My favorite.
But you skip When to Say When more than you skip Not You Too.
Well, I don't really count that because it's like I'm talking about like the new song. Because like
I love When to Say When too. I think
reason
he drop straight bars and facts.
The reason I don't like When to Say When all that much is just because when Chicago Freestyle and that got dropped on YouTube, that's the only part that I like. I always watch that YouTube video, but I only wanted to listen to it for the Chicago Freestyle verse because I liked it a lot better. Yeah. So I always skipped When to Say When. I still like it. I still think because I didn't even know those were full. I thought those were the full songs for the longest time. I didn't even know they were on Spotify or on SoundCloud.
Yeah, they're two separate.
So I definitely like the second verse probably When to Say When better.
Second verse is
except for
the first four lines are great.
I like the first verse in Chicago Freestyle better, but I love how Drake takes that Eminem line at the end and then really redoes it. Like he did a little bit different in the first part, but he redoes it in the second part, which I like a lot. My favorite song, I would say there's like 3 songs that are in like contention for top 1, and it'd be Deep Pockets, and then it would be Demons, and then it would be Time Flies.
Mine is Time Flies. To me, Time Flies is the best song on the mixtape, but it's not even close. Like I love that song. That song is great. I'm not gonna count the leaks in here because I love some of the leaks. I really like Desires is I love that song.
I love how what they did with Desires with the album, how
they added on the
little part.
Yeah, I'm outside in the AMG, and he starts saying that, and then where the next song obviously is Time Flies.
And we didn't know that when the album dropped because we just skipped that song because we had heard it already. And we actually like listened. We were like, oh wait, what? That made that song so much better with the transition. It made it so like even on a mixtape, you can tell Drake was trying to bring the songs together. And that's such a like. You don't have to do that on mixtape. Drake tried at least a little bit, at least.
Second favorite song for sure is Not You Too. I love Not You Too. I think third is probably in Deep Pockets, the intro. But Not You Too just relates to me so well, and it's just such a good, slow, in your feels. It reminds me of Take Care. It really reminds me of Jaden on Scorpion, which is one of my favorite songs. Definitely, probably my favorite.
The best thing about
song of the album, but it reminds me of Take Care Drake a little bit. Like he was really deep in his feels. That's my favorite songs are some of Drake's like really deep, slow in his feels Drake songs. That's why I like Drake the most because a lot of those songs relate to me in like my life and things like that. I like that song a lot. Yeah. And I like how Chris Brown's
not in
a symphony and he's not actually in it.
Yeah, that song probably had the most upside to me because I saw it had Chris Brown in it and I was already like, oh shit. And then I heard it and I didn't hear a lot of Chris Brown and I was like, thank God. Not that I don't love No Guidance. I love No Guidance.
Yes.
But I think Drake's one big song with Chris Brown.
Drake's second verse in No Guidance is so good.
His dancing in No Guidance.
I love the music video.
Ooh, where's it going? Yeah,
I love it.
That one just starts walking away, and his friend's just like, "Dude," he's like, "It was that bad." He's like, "No, it wasn't that bad." No, it was that bad.
About people getting on to kind of with Drake's album, something that also I've been listening to a little bit. Yeah, mixtape. That you haven't listened to this, but on Twitter there's a big thing going on that Lil Baby's album is better than Drake's mixtape. First of all, I don't even understand. Well, his deluxe. He dropped his deluxe of I think My Turn or whatever it's called. But dog, it is not even. I don't get it. First of all, never compare a mixtape to an album because they're completely different. Mixtapes are just a collection of music you put there. Albums, usually, if it's a good album, has a very distinct concept from start to finish. It flows really well together. Each song somehow is going to relate to another song in some way. Like, albums are more conceptual. Mixtapes are more just, here's songs I've been working on. I hope you like these songs, right?
Yeah.
So for what they were, I'm going to listen to Drake's mixtape any day of the week over DaBaby's album or
Lil
deluxe. Lil Baby and DaBaby, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But Lil Baby's deluxe album, his normal, I will listen to it any day of the week. Not saying it's bad. There are good songs on it, but I can stop with this nonsense about this album was better than Drake's mixtape. No, it was not. It's not even close. It is not better.
No.
Like, there's just no. I don't even get it. I don't understand how people can even say that. Absolutely no way. Obviously, it's a little bit different style of music, but even no, it's not better. And I've heard a lot of the songs. I've heard every song on the deluxe and all the normal. I can't even name you some of my favorites because I didn't have a lot that stood out to me that said, oh wow, this is really good, this is really distinct. No, I don't have that on.
Yeah, and I feel like
I'm a great big Drake fan, so I guess, but like Time Flies, if anybody made that song, I'm listening to that song a ton. Like I've Lil TJ dropped a song, Ice Cold. That's a great song, and I've actually listened to that song a little bit. I know Rod Wave. I've been listening to Rod Wave a little bit. It's not just like I've only been listening to Drake. I haven't gone back and listened to Lil Baby. I do not think it's better. I don't understand how you could think it's better than his mixtape, but I understand other people have different music tastes. Lil Baby is a little bit different, but no, I'm sorry.
You know, I mean, honestly, like, the thing, like, about Lil Baby's album that, like, kind of solidifies it for me that it's not better than Drake's is that I didn't even hear a lot about it other than the debate of which one's better.
Yeah,
plus,
I heard a lot about it.
With Lil Baby's album, like, he dropped the album and then the deluxe, but I feel like I didn't even know that it was a deluxe because it wasn't like, oh my gosh, like,
he dropped a ton more songs.
Like, when
Lil
Lil Uzi Vert,
much a whole new album.
When Lil Uzi Vert dropped his album and then dropped the deluxe, everybody heard
that's
about the
different though
deluxe
because
as
he had
well.
such a big time period of where and he had that drama with his label and things like that. So I guess that's why his was bigger.
But I haven't even listened to Lil Baby's album, and I already know that I like the deluxe version of Lil Uzi Vert 10 times better. I haven't even listened to it.
Eternal Will Take.
If we would have,
that's better than
if
Drake's.
we would have been doing this podcast when Eternal Will Take dropped, it would have been a little different.
Like obviously, I can't compare the two, but I'm sorry, Eternal Will Take's better than Drake's mixtape.
I don't think there's anything that Lil Baby would do that's any better than what Drake does.
I just don't think he's distinct. But like, I just don't like his music.
And the one thing with
it doesn't mean as much to me when he's dropping. Does that make sense?
The one thing with Lil Baby, like, it's so weird. Like, for some reason, like, a lot of people, like, LeBron likes his music. Like, a lot of people love.
I like his music.
He has such a like good backing, like just at the like forefront of his career, which is so weird. Like a lot of artists, like at the start, like a lot of like Drake obviously had a good backing with Wayne and everybody like that, but like
Drake was nuts.
Yeah, but like there's like I feel like for some reason he's like a lot younger in the game, but he just has such a hype behind him. And I mean, like I like his stuff, like I obviously do. But like I didn't like him until I heard the song that he did with Drake. The minute I heard that, I was like, okay, like that's different. And then that's how I like.
Well, that was his come-up song anyway. But
once again, Drake makes people.
And don't get me wrong, I like Lil Baby. I like a lot of his songs. They're just not songs that like
I feel like they're not songs that age well. Like not in the sense of like Drake songs.
100%. Drip Too Hard ages well. That's about his only song. Even
But I feel like he's only really good at making like party anthems and things like that. Like Drake,
I haven't heard a lot.
I feel like Drake like does obviously Drake's his own little thing because he will do anything. He will do anything and everything. He can make a song that you're gonna cry to. He's gonna make a song. He can make a song that you want to cry to. But then also, you like if you're having a bad day, you're gonna cry to that song. But if you hear it on a good day when it's sunny outside, you're driving, it's a great like. For some reason, you can listen. Like one thing I've always said about him is that you can listen to any of his music in any mood, and it'll hit you a different way.
Time Flies is perfect for that. Yeah. I can vibe to that in the car. It's a great car song. I can be really sad to that. He talks about like his love life and stuff like that in that song, and it's all like you can also kind of turn up to that song as well. It's like everything. But obviously, no one's comparing is like Drake better than Lil Baby. Obviously, everyone knows Drake is.
John Morant might be the one saying that.
No, he said his album.
Listen, John Morant.
People are saying his album was better than Drake's mixtape. That I guess is up for whatever, but
John Moran liked a tweet that said that Drake's stuff is trash. This guy tweeted and was like, "Oh, I admitted I heard Drake was dropping a mixtape. I knew it'd be trash." He like retweeted. I was like, "What?"
But that's his mixtape. No one's saying Drake's trash. If anyone says
Drake's trash, but if you're gonna,
are so wrong.
But if you're gonna like a tweet from someone that says the minute I heard Drake was dropping a mixtape, I knew it was gonna be trash.
Yeah, that's
that
so
just,
dumb.
That just shows that you're like, okay, like
especially because the last mixtape he dropped, other than More Life, that was a playlist, but it's technically still listed as a mixtape. Especially because the last mixtape he dropped changed hip hop.
forever.
So it was like, I mean, it's a classic mixtape. You know what I mean? Everyone knows that it's going to be remembered as a classic mixtape. It already is. If you're reading this is too late, is classic. You know what I mean? This I feel like is better than it. I don't think it's going to have as much of an impact as that. I think it's going to be people look back and listen to this.
Well, I feel like it's because it's in two different points in his career. I feel like if you're reading this too late, really helped make him, and this is just solidifying
the reason I think this is better is because he talks about way more deep things on this album. Does that make sense? I mean, he does a little bit in a sense on If You're Reading This Is Too Late. You in the Six is a great song. He talks a lot about his past and his mom and his dad. But dude, he does a lot of talking about.
And there's
that
a lot
type
of
stuff on
songs.
this album.
There's a couple songs in this mixtape I feel like that you can also draw comparisons to. And If You're Reading This Is Too Late, like Star 67 or whatever it is, I feel like that compares to Deep Pockets kind of well because if you listen to it, he talks about more of like the struggle and like
Star 67 is better than any song.
Oh, absolutely.
Star 67 is ridiculous.
Oh, I agree.
Well,
with
other
that.
than Time Flies,
But I think those songs both draw very good comparisons. I feel like there's other songs.
Actually, I take it back.
I
take it back. If You're Reading This Is Too Late, it's 100% better than this.
Why would you say that?
Absolutely, it's not even a question. He has some of the best songs I've ever heard in my life on If You're Reading This Is Too Late. But
this is a topic 2 years down the road.
This is going to be so hard.
And we'll see which one, because I'll give this one time to age, and we'll see how he feels 2 years later.
I think as a full body of work, this might be better because I think Chicago Freestyle is fantastic. Deepak is fantastic. I actually really like When to Say When. Landed. Sorry, the hype songs on. No, but If You're Reading This Is Too Late. He's got no. If You're Reading This Too Late is better. Never mind. I take it back. But there's still some really good highs on this mixtape. If You're Reading This Too Late, it's ridiculous because he's got Legend.
This is the first time he's ever said that since his album dropped, so I think he's gonna change his mind a couple times. But
maybe
we'll make it.
No, it's better. I'm just thinking of like
May 3rd, 2022.
Dude,
I will drop a
Running
video.
through the six with my freaking woes, dog. This is such a conflicting moment for me, but no, there's no way this is better than that. There's no way you can come out with better than Legend, bro. To start that, and you got Energy right after that. You have Know Yourself on, you got 10 bands, No Telling. You got Star 67, you have Jungle, one of the best sad Drake songs of all time, but it's also not really that sad, but it's just great. It has one of the best lines in that song of all time. There's no way. I'm sorry. That's a classic. If You're Reading This Too Late, it's a classic. I'm sorry that I jumped back and forth. Dog, now I'm thinking about it. This is a great mixtape. But If You're Reading This Is Too Late, it's still better. But Lil Baby's isn't better than either of those. If you even think about saying that, you're wrong. His album is not better. Lil Baby's not better than Drake. That's incorrect. I do not value that opinion.
Alright, everyone follow me on Snapchat, GoodPastor73, because every time Michael decides he wants to change his mind on this, I'm going to put a video up of it.
Dog, I tried to have a critical analysis.
This is the only time he is... We've talked about this mixtape 800 times. We talked to one of our friends, Coop, who literally said If You're Reading This Is Too Late is better, and Michael yelled at him and told him no.
But then you go back to...
That was yesterday.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, no, but then you go back to, like, Dark Tape. I don't know. I'm not going to decide today.
On a different...
It's going to take me about 2, 3, probably 4 years to decide on this.
To change topics, but keep the same artist, but also add an artist who's also right here.
The GOAT of rapping. Don't even say anything else. Not even close.
Drake's the GOAT of...
He's the best artist of all time. Lil Wayne's the greatest rapper of all time.
But...
Not saying he's the best music, greatest rapper.
Yeah. But with Drake, Lil Wayne, obviously, if you know, they used to drop music together all the time, same label, everything like that. They haven't dropped music together in forever, obviously. With everything going on with Wayne in the past, and then they're just both doing their own little past. They haven't made that much music together recently. So everyone was thinking, when's it coming, when's it coming, when's it coming? It's coming soon.
And I called this out when I heard him say YMB on...
I didn't know what that meant. But now I do know what that meant.
On...
What song is that?
I think it's from Florida with Love.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's from Florida with Love.
Also, I have a good concept for another music... not another music video, but another video. If I came to a conclusion today, me and Michael both did, that From Florida with Love is his... song where he's like apologizing for killing an ex. If you guys want us to make an in-depth like what are those called? Oh, what are those called? Like conspiracy theory videos on how we think that this. If you want us to dissect every single line of that song to make a correlation to how we think this is him apologizing for killing X, we will. Just let us know because I think that would be hilarious. But let us know in the comments.
Oh, he needs to apologize to someone else too.
The Plug in Mexico.
The Weeknd for copying his song. Did you see that leak?
Oh,
There was a leak on XXL.
yeah, The Weeknd should apologize that Drake did it better than him.
Yeah, probably. But on XXL, they dropped that Drake's leaking a little bit more music already on his IG. Dog,
I think his album's probably already done. I think he's just
probably not. I think it's really close though.
But he's been saying it's so close for so long.
Yeah, but a lot of the songs he was going to originally put on the album, he ended up putting up on the mixtape. Because he liked other songs better than
if he pulls a Kanye,
he will. No, this is the summer of Drake. But getting back to the Drake and Lil Wayne thing, this is a really big deal because they haven't worked with each other in a while. Like they haven't even really talked about each other in a while, but then you
like
started to hear it coming up. But then when he says YMB, the gang is down to stay in anything, whatever, on From Florida with Love, that's a big deal because first of all, he hasn't repped Young Money in a long time.
Yeah.
YM obviously is Young Money. The B stands for billionaires, so Young Money Billionaires. Also, it used to be YMCMB, obviously for Young Money Cash Money Billionaires, and he completely left Cash Money out of there because Lil Wayne, obviously with the whole lawsuit and everything that went with that before Carter 5, he's not with Cash Money anymore. It's just Young Money. So this kind of confirms that Drake definitely still has ties to Young Money, and people were confused about that. And Drake and Wayne have definitely been working on music and definitely been together and definitely been in the studio, and they're gonna drop something. It's already
think on the next Wayne album. There's probably a couple that they've already done. There's probably a couple songs they have recorded for Carter 5, which obviously they've Believe Me was supposed to be.
That was the lead single.
That was
the
long time ago.
One. Yeah.
But there's probably
Great
so many songs that they made in that time period, where Wayne didn't drop music that they just haven't dropped yet. So I guarantee you they've probably been working with each other a little bit this time. They just never dropped that music. So I feel like they've probably at least done some stuff together, or at least Drake's helped Wayne with some of his stuff, just friend wise, and then Wayne's probably helped Drake with his stuff friend wise. We haven't heard them together in forever. Yeah. And it needs to happen. Wayne, if you're listening to this, or Drake, if you're listening to this.
It's supposedly confirmed from sources, but it's not openly confirmed.
If it's one song, make it 10. If it's 10, make it 100.
I mean, if it's Lil Wayne and Drake, they're dropping a lot. They always drop a ton of songs when they drop their albums. You know what I mean?
Why don't they ever make a collab album? Drake's out here making collab albums.
Well, that's what they're supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a collab from sources that I've been seeing on Twitter. It's supposed to be a collab out. They're supposed to be working on a full project together. That would be the most legendary moment.
If it drops,
that's like some J. Cole Kendrick type big news. I think it's bigger news than J. Cole Kendrick. Yeah. If and when they ever drop theirs, that's like the duos that will always go together. It's like Drake, Lil Wayne, Cardi, Lil Uzi Vert, J. Cole, Kendrick. Even though this is way past its time,
could have been the Weeknd.
Could have been the Weeknd Drake, but the Throne, we got Kanye and Jay. These are that's that caliber duo. Maybe bigger at this point.
Birdman and Lil Wayne at a certain point.
No, Birdman, no. Birdman as a rapper, no. Obviously, their pair, they're literally basically blood ties, but no, not really anymore. We'll see, but that would be a big deal, and I'm really excited. There's no way it would be bad.
If Drake dropped the mixtape in May, drops an album in August, and then for some reason drops a collab album with Wayne in November. Dog. Most dominant year in music of all time.
It would probably be in November.
I think so. Probably, unless he.
It would definitely. If it's with Wayne, it's gonna be in November.
Yeah. He might drop.
Oh my god!
He might drop for it.
I'm so excited, bro. That has to drop this year. I will be so mad.
That would if Drake drops 3 things in the same year, a mixtape of 2 albums. Wow. 100%.
That would be Wayne dropping an album and a collab album, and we don't know what his next project is going to be. That could be coming later. Dude, this is Young Money season. Nikki, you can stay retired, stay out, get away. This is Young Money to King's time.
Take Cardi B with you, by the way. Can you convince her to retire too? I'm not saying I don't like women rappers. I think women do have. I think women have a great spot in rapping. I think more women.
Absolutely, I actually like Megan Thee Stallion's great. I love Megan.
But I hate Cardi B.
Megan Thee Stallion spits bars. Dog.
My thing is if you're gonna be a female rapper, I like
I like Nicki too, but she's fallen off.
I feel like sometimes Cardi just to make like a point in like, because like it's obviously hard being a woman in a game.
Absolutely.
Of all dudes. Absolutely difficult. I will never understand that 100%. Way to go, you're doing your thing. That's awesome. But I feel like sometimes she just tries to blow so much smoke just to like top some of the other guys. It just doesn't like.
She's just so.
She Bill Cosby people and isn't going to jail. Like how is that
she's
okay?
too extra for me. I've actually seen her in person, so
yeah,
it's
I
insane.
will.
She's too extra for me, dog. Nicki, I love Nicki Minaj. Get out of Young Money now because I think she's trash now. But back when Nicki was in her prime, dog, Nicki was great. I like a lot of Nicki verses. She's way better on features, I feel like, than her own songs. She has some really good features. And some of her older songs are a little bit better, but she's had
and
some,
her songs that have Drake and Wayne on it, that's different. Those songs are great.
Well, they dropped a song recently with all of them on it that was not that great, but it was more of it was just a diss track. No, it was just a diss track that she got them on to diss like Cardi B or someone else. I don't know who it was, but whatever. But it was kind of felt.
Yeah, I can tell why that's
she falls under the radar now.
Wayne and Drake probably, if that's actually what happened, Wayne and Drake probably don't care about Cardi. They're probably like, why am I writing a verse to this?
No, but back when they were dropping, like Only, when they were all three in their prime. Well, Drake's in his prime now, but like he was still basically in his prime back then. I think Drake just has a sustained prime. He's been in his prime since 2009. So he's been in his prime literally for over a decade now. He has not fallen off. He's only gotten bigger.
Well, he wasn't in his prime for one day during this run, and that's because he forgot how to pull out. He was not in his prime then.
He might have been in his prime. She's kind of a baddie. He might have been in his prime. But that's way off topic. Lastly, Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, maybe one other person, are collabing. I love Ariana Grande. That's the only reason I'm talking about this. Also because they're doing a good thing. They're making a song. I forget what it's called. But
it drops May 8th.
May 8th, yeah. They're making a song that is just basically gonna have all the funding probably go to. I think it's going to COVID-19 relief, right?
Yeah.
Which is just awesome. Ariana Grande's done a ton of that stuff. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Justin Bieber has, but I haven't really.
I think he's done a couple things.
But it's a big deal.
Oh,
Not only are they two of the biggest artists in the world, Justin Bieber's kind of slowed down a little bit, but he's still really influential.
He goes through climbs and falls so often.
I think his music's not as big as it used to be, but he still is.
Oh,
Does that make sense? Like him as a person still is.
I think if he would have never dropped music again, he would still always be in the. Justin Bieber was such a big thing back
He's still so big. He has like hundreds of millions followers.
When his album dropped, he was like #1 in the world for like a while, wasn't he?
Obviously.
Someone dropped someone I like.
No, he didn't get #1 because he didn't get a #1 song because Roddy Ricch stayed there.
Now I knew.
So way to go is that Justin Bieber were pissed because Roddy Ricch had a Grammy, hopefully nominated and award-winning album. In my opinion.
Maybe not if Drake drops his album this year. Maybe
no,
not.
I don't think Drake's gonna win a Grammy. He's too big for a Grammy.
It's like Drake's never gonna win a Grammy. I don't think Drake's ever gonna win a Grammy again because of what he said.
If he, yeah, exactly.
Which I agree.
That's true.
I agree with what he did.
I mean, if you're talking about commercial success and popularity and things like that, he just doesn't make Grammy music.
Oh.
But if we were talking about that, he'd win a Grammy every single year. He'd win every Grammy. So.
Oh.
But I mean, I think his last album ever, when he really talks about giving it all to the game, and it's his last album ever. I think he'll finally get probably another Grammy for that. He got Grammy for Take Care. But
I found the name. It's called Stuck With You. Sound me. That's what I've been doing this whole time.
Are they gonna start? Oh no, he's married. Not for long, dog. If you're stuck with Ariana Grande, I'm sorry, bro.
I hope for Ariana Grande's sake she's married.
Oh no, he's married already.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
Hailey Bieber, and I think Hailey is good friends, or at least a little bit friends with Ariana Grande. So I hope to God nothing happens. That would be. Yeah. I respect. But if every girl started getting roasted on the Comedy Central, going through a lot of things, he's reforming a lot from what he used to do when he was younger. I honestly respect JB for everything he went through, not for the things he did, but for the things that he decided not to do and things he stopped doing.
The one thing I always thought was funny about Justin Bieber, especially with that haircut, is there was an article that came out like 2 or 3 years ago, and it said that like people that had that haircut are a lot less likely to have gotten skin cancer because of that haircut. They said like his haircut like helped like people not get skin cancer because like if you're like exposed in the sunlight and stuff, like your forehead's a very vulnerable area.
I feel like
if you're in the sun too long.
I feel like, dog.
No, like there's.
I feel like you got to.